I'm mindful of the time when Jesus was on a boat out in the water, and the storm came up, and it was tossing the ship around, and Jesus was down in the bottom of the ship asleep. And the disciples, in desperation, they go down to wake him up, and they said, "Master, do you not care that we perish?" And Jesus, he goes up, he says, "Peace, be still. Calm, rebuke the storm," and it ceased. And then he turned around to the disciples. He said, "Where is your faith? Where is your faith?" And I take that and I think about the 16th chapter of the book of Matthew that we've been talking about this week on the broadcast, and how that Jesus said that I'm going to build my church upon Petrus, the rock, the unmovable stone. I'm going to build my church, and it's going to prevail against the gates of hell and win. And then he said to the church, those disciples, this newly commissioned church, and he said, "I'm going to give you the keys to the kingdom and the ability to bind and to loose." And I think about this thing about loosing things, because the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of people in this world that's bound by a lot of things. And these things are destructive. And not only are they destructive physically, they're destructive spiritually. And there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be entwined forever in the torments of hell, because they've become bound by the spiritual forces of darkness, and they're blinded, and they don't even realize what's happening in their own lives. And here Jesus has said, "I'm going to give you the authority to turn these things loose." And that's a powerful thought when you think about it. Think about that loved one of yours that's just really lost their way. And their lives are so destructive, not only to themselves, but to their family and anybody in their wake. They're just walking destruction. And many times, family members have turned their backs on them and says, "I've had it. I can't take this anymore." And they just write them off. And here, Jesus is telling us that we have the authority to loose them from their bound or their bindings, things that have got them bound. It says we have the authority to set them free. But you say, how do you do that? Well, again, it goes back to what I said. Where is your faith? And to what level or degree is our faith? And do we really fully understand who we are in Christ Jesus as being a part of his church and this great force that has the ability to stand against the gates of hell and prevail? That kind of power and true belief can give us the ability to turn people free. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.